Welcome back to a very comfortable Eden TV. If you were watching slightly earlier, we had a little bit of a technical fault, so we've begun again. And today I'm just talking about some, I guess commonly requested sort of solutions that are appropriate for this time of year. And foremost, surrounded by these beautiful flowers. So often in the winter, it can be a little bit drab on a sort of slightly shaded deck, and that's where these beautiful abutilons come in, otherwise known as Chinese lanterns. And these ones are fantastic because they've actually been platted, so platted into a standard. So there's actually three different types on the same plant. So a red, a veined pink, and a white one, and they are beautiful, and they'll see you through the cool months with some beautiful flowers, and then as it warms up, you'll sort of give them a bit of a trim back, and then they'll be there as a sort of an elegant standard until the cool months come around again. But a really nice solution to brighten things up in winter. Another very common solution is people are looking for something formal. Perhaps it's around at entranceways in particular, and they've tried lots of solutions, and they have a long list of plants that they've tried and managed to kill. And I'm not a meteorologist, but I think it's going to be hot again next year, and this is where some succulents can come in. And a lot of succulents, they tend to look great when you first plant them, but then they sort of lose their shape, and you have to manage and maintain them to keep their shape, and they often don't sort of fulfill this kind of formal look for very long. This is an exception. This is a crassula, a particular crassula that instead of becoming like a ungulifolia, and instead of becoming like a tree, it stays more or less as a ball. Not a perfect ball, but it's a very contemporary look, but it's nicely rounded, and it will just get bigger. So that is a great solution. It can tolerate a degree of shade, and obviously can take dry periods. So that is a great instant solution, as these are. Plonk them in, job done. And then I would say probably the most common problem for people everywhere, people who have balconies, or people whose neighbours have just knocked down and built a monstrosity. Their lovely little outdoor dining area has suddenly become completely overlooked, and so people are looking for screening solutions, and we've got lots of screening solutions, but often many of them actually take quite a while to develop. So and we've got for every situation we've got a solution. But one of my favourites, and I wouldn't probably deploy this to a western balcony that's getting absolutely belted by the afternoon sun, but pretty much all other situations. So here I'm imagining that I'm looking at my neighbours still wearing his underpants, and I would like to just enjoy my privacy, and it is so simple. So a couple of reasonably developed golden cane palms give you fantastic screening. Let's might move them slightly closer, depending on how much privacy you want, whether you just want light screening or whether you want the complete block out. And the great thing about these guys is that you can essentially buy them, take them home, and you've got a solution that day. You can then sort of sit back and have a champagne and relax in absolute privacy. So golden cane palms with some elegant pots, what a fantastic solution, right? And of course, still those are on a fairly grand scale, but you can easily get a pretty good effect with ones that are just a little bit smaller. You don't want them too small, and if it's a very shaded area, you probably want to err on the side of a size closer to where you want them to be, because if it's very shaded, they'll be slower at growing. And they've got these beautiful golden stems that kind of, you know, actually brighten up the place, you know, if it is a little bit dim. So there's some great solutions for you. See you next time.